Yay, stream delay. Alright, so now we're actually into this with proper upgrades on both players. So the first death spot that we mentioned, Zelascelar just passed, and now so did Metallica. It's on the right side of that tunnel.
Yeah.
Hold down the fort for a moment while I adjust some sync.
Yeah, it's good to see Metallica hitting above 1,000.
Yeah,
on
it's
a
really
flat.
hard. It's actually really hard to break 1,000 on most of this track. Some of the longer boosts are pretty tricky to hold. Neither player going for the technically optimal boost there, and both players being a little cautious on that boost.
Yeah.
This will probably be about a 55 for Metallica and a 58 for Zelascelar I'm looking at. Actually, up to
Metallica
57.
not hitting the wall at all. That was really good.
Okay, high 54, mid 56. That's actually much closer than I thought. But clean first spot out of both of them, and both of them holding the boost past the ramp. That ramp boost is deceptively tricky.
Yeah.
But that's something.
It's actually really tight.
Zelascelar going too wide on that tunnel entry. That's a pretty common spot to die on this track, actually. I lose a ton of no upgrades runs there. Mostly because it's pretty tricky not to go super wide with Beto. If he'd held that boost, he could have made up a little bit of ground. But let's see how this figure 8 goes for Metallica. This is another spot that's pretty tricky. A little bit of speed loss, nothing crazy. Not too bad of a second lap, low 54.
Zelascelar is having it's a bit dodgy. Not too bad though.
Yeah. For a death, 1 minute flat's not too awful. Oh, Metallica not holding that ramp boost. Does hold the boost out of the tunnel though, so making up for some, making up for some of that.
That's the harder one.
It's actually really not that hard from what I've seen. You just bounce off the far wall if you're playing at 60 and you're good.
You can do it. I can't do it at all.
Yeah, there's a reliable setup for it. Granted, my evaluation of stuff on this track is a little skewed with the amount of grinding I did on it. Sub 240 was hard, okay? But,
Hey, at least
okay,
you got it.
much cleaner corner for Metallica that time. And Metallica's going to take this one with a mid 242. That's not bad for tournament play.
242.
And a 250 for Zelascelar. It was just that lap 2 that really screwed it.
Yeah, he had a death and then he was just bouncing around for a bit.
Alright, well, now we're going to get the players' bans. So the way this phase works is global track bans. Each player will get to ban 2 tracks for the entire match.
Zelascelar jumping the gun a bit.
Yep.
He's real keen to get rid of ban.
I mean, that's valid. Adobe Mountain Run has been banned. That's alright. Zelascelar's screen is black for now because he had to tab out to type in Discord. It'll be back.
Apparently he had to restart the game.
Happens. Fire Mountain Rally off the table for Metallica.
Very standard.
Yeah, it's, I believe, the most banned? Or not most banned, because that's Abyss, but it's up there. Let's see where else Zelascelar chooses not to take us. Vengeance.
That's very fair. We've seen that a few times.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an odd choice to me. Because, I mean, that is by far the easiest of the 3 tracks on that world.
And then Abyss.
Alright.
Yeah, Vengeance is like, it's pretty difficult. If you just don't like it, I can see you wanting to ban it.
That's fair. Or if you're against a player like Ronnie, who just grinds it nonstop.
Really? Yeah.
Because I love that track, but dear God, he's strong there.
Yeah, if you want to play against Ronnie, you gotta.
No, Abyss is banned, Nacho. It was the 4th one.
You want to ban Vengeance and Death Rose Revenge against Ronnie.
Oh yeah. Ben and Spice Mine are both off the table for this track.
Spice Mine, that's interesting.
Yeah, Metallica's not a huge fan of it. He's also, I think, trying to pull Zelascelar away from the easier tracks, force him into mistakes.
Boonta
We're
Classic,
just going
no ban.
straight into it. Boonta Classic. You all watched the movie, right?
Think we'll see Anakin Sebulba?
No.
Nah. Metallica likes Anakin.
We're gonna see Bullseye.
Yeah, most likely.
Maybe Mahonic or Bowles from Metallica. But almost definitely Bullseye from Zella.
Possibly, yeah. There's basically no reason not to go Bullseye.
Hey, come on. This was the best of the... This was one of the better of the prequels. As long as it wasn't Attack of the Clones, it's fine. Okay, Metallica opting into Bullseye and keeping Sebulba up, or keeping Sebulba on the grid. You don't really need to on this one.
No, but it does clear a couple of rocks.
And it's nowhere near as big a deal as it is on Boonta Training. Neva Key.
Yeah, getting that straight on training is far more critical because it's like 25% of the track.
Yeah. Anakin versus Sebulba is actually pretty even here with upgrades because they both suck.
Neva Key though.
The, at least in my eyes, strictly worse Bullseye.
Yeah. A bit safer Bullseye.
Oh, wow, that is ambitious from Zelascelar.
Yeah, that's interesting choice. It's not strictly that good.
If you can hold that boost, it is faster. It's not much faster, but if you can hold it, it is faster. But Zelascelar also winding up on the low road there, so that's a pretty big starting lead for Metallica. So the main thing with these two pods is they do have, I believe they both have the best hit. Like, Bullseye has the best handling in the game. I believe Neva has the second.
Yeah, they're very similar, but characteristically slightly different.
Yes. Neva has slightly higher traction, Bullseye has slightly better turning response. Neva has a slightly better heat rate, but a significantly worse cooling rate. Those are the two main differences. Oh, a death for Metallica, and Zelascelar takes the lead.
Neva Key's not made of glass, so that's a plus.
Oh, another one for Metallica. That is... Yeah, Bullseye on this track, he can take much tighter lines than anyone else, but because he's so fragile, it just leads to a lot of problems. That was a close call for Zelascelar, and Metallica made up quite a bit of ground because of that line and the repair that needed to happen. Well,
a bit safer.
And they both dodged the Sandcrawler, but it was a much cleaner dodge for Metallica. And Metallica retakes the lead, even with the two deaths. Oh, no, never mind. I was looking at different turns. I'm wrong. But that was a pretty clean back half for Metallica to make up for those.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, they're about even.
Yeah, that's... Holy crap, they're off by 1/100th of a second.
Yeah, so last stream is like half a second ahead.
Yeah. But those lap times were off by 1/100th of a second. Also, to address a thing in chat, we have done Anakin versus Sebulba as an exhibition right before this tournament.
On this track. It in the tournament too.
Yeah, I think Nacho and Ace did it again when they played.
Yeah.
Nacho and I might do it when we play this weekend.
I'll never understand you guys. As long as you're having fun.
Yeah. I mean, when it's the admins playing each other, we like to play around a bit.
Yeah.
Or when King Bean pitches a Sandwich Boy mirror on this track.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on topic. Metallica has taken the lead back. It was a very strong first half. But you're kind of seeing the difference between the pods, with Bullseye having a much higher boost uptime. just because he cools down more.
Yeah, Metallica able to basically just boost at all times.
And being able to hold slightly tighter lines because Bullseye can actually slide a bit. Neva Key just holding slide does nothing.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have the highest traction in the game.
I mean, that being said, sliding with Bullseye is really scary.
Not it. Oh, Neva or Zelascelar held the boost. That's also what comes with having the highest traction in the game.
Yeah.
That's a new lap record for Metallica.
It's not going to make up the whole difference, though.
No. It did make up a bit, though. So, Metallica's up a few seconds, but that is within the realm of one death costing it, if Zelascelar's clean on this lap. And dying with Bullseye here is always a risk.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, there's that death. And they are even again-ish. Zelascelar's slightly ahead.
I mean, with Bullseye, it almost doesn't even matter when your engine health is.
No. That's why I honestly think playing at 30 FPS here as Bullseye is probably better. Just because a lower frame rate does increase your durability. Since, you know, tying everything to frame rate was a good idea, right, Debs? Seriously, gravity, durability, traction, load times.
They had to do one better, and only it's only like half the mechanics, which is actually the weird thing.
Yeah. Your jump height going off a ramp.
It's like they just forgot to implement it.
Well, we're getting down to it, and these guys are dead even right now.
Yeah, this is looking...
Oh my god, this is coming close. Both clean on the Sandcrawler dodge, and they're both dead even right now. That's a bit more boosting for Metallica. That's going to make up a bit of a difference. It's a half a second lead for Metallica to account for the desync right now.
Yeah, this is looking real close.
Oh, Metallica with a better boost. Zelascelar not holding it. However, Metallica hitting the rocks and dropping frames. Not the time. Oh god, it's right there.
543. 542.
Oh my god,
oh
the third of a second.
That's crazy.
Metallica didn't PB there.
Yeah, if
Metallica didn't PB there, Zelascelar had that. Oh my god.
That's so close. It's a almost 6-minute track too.
Yeah. We're going to Death Row's Revenge with no Ben.
Death Row's no Ben.
Bull's Roar?
I'd say so, most likely, yeah. There's not much need for Mars's handling.
No, and you don't need his longer boost anywhere. However, knowing Zelascelar, it might wind up being Bullseye. Also, those Discord pings for everyone in chat, they are not you, they are Zelascelar. It's a necessary evil of the setup.
I hope for Zelascelar's sake that he doesn't have to pick Bullseye. Oh, there we go, balls. You know, this might actually be advantage to Zelascelar since Metallica's gone Mahonic.
Yep. Alright, we are going to be taking a look at that cropping thing on Zelascelar's end. Just a minor issue. But this is actually an interesting choice from Metallica.
Yeah, it's not a really turny track, so
yeah.
There's really not much point in going Mahonic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give me a moment to fix that cropping. Actually, I don't have a way to do that. Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with his cropping being a little bit off for now. I don't have access to that at the moment unless... Oh, wait. Nope, there we go. Yeah, so everyone bear with me for just a moment while I fix this. Alright. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that delay, but we are ready on the countdown. And players have been given the go. So this is actually, like, on a pod matchup, it is pretty favorable to Zelascelar if he can manage to control Ben. Or not Ben, Bolts. All the good pods start with B.
Yeah, this should be pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's also, depending on his traction, that makes... Is Metallica trying to Bis skip with Mahonic? On death rows? Alright, and here we go. So let's see how well Zelascelar can handle Bull's boosting. That's already rough.
That is rough.
But that thrust might be all you need.
Yeah, you can see he's prepared to, like, turn at least. He just overturned a bit.
And there we go. That's a lead for Zelascelar, even with dropping the boost multiple times.
Yeah.
He has prepped this track. We really just have to see for this one where he winds up going with the jump at the end.
Yeah, Zelascelar definitely practices with bowls. That was looking pretty clean.
Yeah.
Metallica going up top.
Yep.
Scenic route.
A little bit. It's not much slower. Like, it doesn't change the route at all. Just you lose one little boost section.
Yeah.
So realistically, you lose maybe a tenth of a second if you compared to just boosting through it. But this is looking very good for Zelascelar right now. How did he do the jump lap 1, by the way?
He did it in 2 jumps.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's just going for 2 again. Okay. It's a little bit slower, but if you're playing on 60, it's really hard.
Yeah, if you're not sure you're going to make it, it's definitely a safe option.
Making that jump is very difficult.
Yeah, he even got a long boost out of that tunnel, which is pretty good.
He didn't hold his boost through the shortcut there. Which isn't a huge loss, but... Oh, earlier boost for Metallica, that's going to be a much better bit for him here. And it's neck and neck again, just with a slight delay here. Bit more boosting for Metallica.
Yeah, Metallica being a bit more
that's a lead for Metallica. Oh, that's a death for Metallica. He hits the crane.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
That was really ambiguous up until
Oh, no. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, Zelascelar definitely practiced on bowls, but not as aggressive in the tunnel with boosts. So Metallica was actually catching up.
Both players are banning Spice Mine, by the way. And Bowls is banned.
Why would you ban a track that...
Your opponent's been banned?
Yeah, they've already banned it. You know they don't like it. Looks like we're going a gauntlet.
Alright. This one's fun. This one, as I've said before, is my favorite track in the game.
It's really good. I really like it. It was probably one of my favorite tracks as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, it takes you through so many different environments. And if you're just playing casually, there's so many different tracks you can take, because it splits like 5 ways at one point.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if they do the jumping part in 2 jumps or 1.
Yeah.
When they get to the open field, it's
Yeah, it's always interesting.
quicker to jump.
Yeah, I'm never really surprised to see this track. It's pretty popular. Just everyone seems to like it. It does get banned on occasion, but I think that's only been 2 or 3 times.
I know Mike doesn't like it for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, I know he likes the aesthetic and design of it, he just doesn't like playing it.
But yeah, actually playing it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on that jumping part that I mentioned.
Yep, let's see how this goes. There's going to be a bit of a freeze for Metallica real quick. Syncing up the streams.
Okay.
And going for kind of a hybrid approach.
Yeah, both going for like a single,
1.5.
like, shorter, safe, yeah.
Single short jump and then cutting the corner without the jump.
Yeah.
Not a bad approach, all things considered.
It's definitely like a more consistent,
Yeah.
like a consistency-focused approach.
Definitely. And this is a bit of a lead from Metallica. He's obviously practiced the track more. His boost timings are much cleaner.
Yeah, not hitting the wall.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty tough hairpin.
We'll see if Metallica goes to the left here. Nope.
Oh, what, the bowl jump?
The short jump.
I don't think I've seen anyone
half
do it in
loop.
the tournament.
No, I haven't either.
But let's see if Metallica goes for the slightly ballsier boost hold. Does not. That could be a spot Zelascelar does and makes up a little bit of time. Alright. As always on Uvu, though, the tube is make or break. Both dying at the same time on the same rock. They died on the same rock.
At the same time, too. It doesn't get more even than this. Except on Winter Classic, apparently.
That is a 0.3 second lead for Zelascelar. Alright. That tube is by far the hardest of the Uber tubes. It does look like, at least going off of that, Zelascelar is a little stronger on the back half of this track than Metallica, but Metallica is much better on the front.
Oh, Metallica being a bit more ambitious with the jump this time.
Yep. And Zelascelar doing an unusual line. Went very wide. But this is a much bigger lead for this spot than Metallica had lap 1. Until that happened.
Squandered it.
I really want to make a commentator's curse compilation for this tournament. Because there's been a lot of it, and Zelascelar much cleaner on that hairpin this time.
Yeah, just a light tap this time.
He learned fast. His boost timings are almost perfect so far this lap.
Is it really commentator's curse in this game, though? Like,
I mean,
the game just kills you all the time anyway.
true, but it kinda is, just because it seems to happen more often right after I say someone's doing well.
Yeah, this has definitely been happening to me too.
Yes. And Zelascelar, again, clean on holding that boost. Metallica opting not to. Zelascelar is... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, just mentioning the engine fire.
Yeah. Zelascelar with tube death. And Metallica clean through it. They're dead even again. Zelascelar seems to be one of the fastest learners in the tournament.
Yeah, he seems to be... Like, he seems to have good fundamentals and just, you know, maybe less familiar on Gauntlet, so after the first lap he's a bit more aware of what's going on.
Oh yeah, oh, Zelascelar.
And as I say that,
Yep. Well, again, like I said, first lap, his front half of the lap is significantly weaker than Metallica's, but Metallica's back half is not very practiced on boosting.
yeah, maybe opting to be a bit more safe.
Yeah,
Who
Zelascelar
knows?
going... Oh, he went a lot more ambitious than the first couple laps on that boost. Made up a little bit there, but again, Metallica having the same lead coming into this section.
Yeah.
Each lap has had an identical pattern.
Zelascelar did have a slightly better heat after that shortcut there.
Yeah. But let's see how this goes, depending on heat coming out of this. Oh, Zelascelar going low and catching the lip.
Yeah, you don't want to go low. You don't come out.
That was rough. I think that might just do it for Metallica to take it, though.
Yeah, well, we'll see. He still hasn't gone into the tunnel yet.
I don't see dying twice in this tube.
No, probably not, but...
Nope, died once.
That's one.
Not enough.
Yeah, that would probably do it, unless he just...
Oh, Zelascelar died in the tube. That seals it completely. That is a 527 for Metallica. That was super even through the first two.
Yeah.
149.98, 149.86, 149.69, 149.84.
Yeah, it just kind of
was...
started falling apart in lap 3. But it was pretty close for most of it.
Yes, I'm going to be right back. I hear my dog's doing something very stupid outside. So, hold down the fort for me.
Hello, this is me holding down the fort. Ben's banned again. Pretty standard. We'll see what Metallica bans for the track. Endoprime Centrum. That's pretty fair. It's not the most difficult track, but like it's a bit
Apologies
windy.
for that.
We're going to Baruch Coast.
Ooh.
I like it.
What's the ban?
Banned Ben and Endoprime Centrum.
Okay. I'm not really sure I agree with banning Ben here with these two.
Maybe he just wants to like cut out something that he probably feels is more practiced with Metallica.
Quite possible, but I mean, we've seen Metallica playing almost anything.
Yeah, this is true.
Well, Metallica is off for just a moment. We will get onto this track as soon as he is back. But this is an exciting course. It has one of my favorite moments one of my favorite bits in the game with the big ramp and the cliff jump.
Yeah, that's really cool. I really like the jump.
Although I believe Neva Key, that Zelascelar is picking, is the only pod in the game that cannot make the long jump on 60 FPS.
This is kind of interesting though. Like you would think you'd pick Mars here if Ben's out.
Yeah, I mean we know they both like these two pods a lot.
Yeah. Bullseye's a newbie favorite. Not that Metallica's a newbie. But...
I was about to say, he's kind of a favorite for most players as a backup.
Yeah.
He's the second most picked pod in the tournament, behind Ben.
But I feel it's like partially because it is the easiest to get used to.
Yes.
And the one you would have played the most as a kid.
I mean, that's definitely what it is for me. I finally have a couple of backup pods I'm decent on, but...
I mean, that being said, Bullseye is not bad here either.
Yeah.
He can't hold the long boost, but he can make it up in the second half of the track. That's really, like, there's a hairpin section and there's a lot of turns.
Yeah.
if you're playing as Ben, you cannot avoid underheating in the second half.
Yep. What is going on right now? Okay, they're both getting into it. It's a little odd.
Yeah, just a bit of stream delay, I think. Zelascelar holding that boost. Pretty good.
Yep. Let's see what he goes for on the jump. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong stream for the jump.
Zelascelar was actually really close to just hitting that wall and not making the jump.
Oh, did he go for the long one?
Yeah, he went right. I don't
Okay.
think he intended to clear the whole thing though.
No, you can't. Most pods in the game can't. But this is actually looking pretty clean for both players.
Yeah, hairpin's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they're on pods that are designed for the hairpins.
Yeah.
With Neva Key, it actually brings up one of my favorite things in this game, which is the fact that they actually put some effort into matching most of the track favorites to a good track for them. Like, Neva Key is good here. Oh, a little wide.
Whoa.
Anakin's actually decent on Grabvine Gateway.
Zelascelar tried to hold that boost around the corner. It's
Yep. It's
not
hard
actually
to do.
possible with most pods.
It is possible with Neva. I'm also just going to assume that he knows a little bit more about Neva Key than I do.
He definitely seems to prefer.
Good jump from Metallica. Let's see what Zelascelar goes for. All right.
Yes,
Yeah, he knows that. I didn't think Zelascelar could make, or not Zelascelar. I didn't think Neva could do that. But also some weird boosts. They've both opting for some weird boosts on the beach.
Yeah.
In general, if you just start your boost right before the big face, you can hold it until the very end and come into the hairpins with max heat. But this is
with Bullseye, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Neva, you just started a little earlier,
Yeah.
but neither one of them went for it. The boosting on the front half of this track is actually pretty simple. Alright, Zelascelar learned his lesson, did not try to hold that boost this time.
Very fair. He probably could have held it around that corner.
Like I said on the last track, though, it really does feel like Zelascelar is an incredibly quick learner. And he did come out, I believe he was faster than Metallica on that lap. See the jump for Metallica, going right. Assuming Zelascelar is going to do it again.
Most likely, yeah.
Oh god, that is so close every time.
So close.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, Metallica starting that boost. Okay, no, that worked out.
Neither of them are doing it, but it's actually easier to make that jump if you approach the ramp from the left so that you don't enter it like directly on. You actually kind of like step up to it.
Oh, Zelascelar bumps the wall and goes straight into another.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah. The game has a bit of a recoil mechanic where if you scrape a wall, you sometimes don't have control for about half a second. And losing control for half a second at these speeds is a death sentence.
Yeah, especially in a hairpin.
And in the case of where Neva positioned his cockpit, it's a literal death sentence.
This is
That is...
looking pretty good for Metallica.
Oh, yeah. And it looks like he has sealed it. Just gotta come around this end. Perfect. 4-11.
411, that's not bad at all.
Oh. Did he die? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
411 would be really difficult with Bullseye
Yeah.
if he died.
Bullseye and Inferno are both banned for this next track. We are on match point.
See if Zelascelar can do something.
Yes, Nacho. File name Jeff.
Why not? What else are you gonna call your file name? Not Jeff?
Humphrey. Howler Gorge.
Howler Gorge.
These
I like
guys
it.
really like their ramps.
Yeah, they like their hairpins as well.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it though. They're picking
Yeah.
tracks that I like.
Yeah, these are all fun. It's not like when you see, not to knock him, but when you see David playing, he just picks amateur circuit tracks.
Well, you gotta pick what you're good at in a
Yeah,
tournament,
no.
right?
Yeah. And seeing him play there is kind of magical.
Yeah, he does good things. Looks like it's a bend mirror.
Yep. No surprises. And again, those Discord notifications are not you, chat.
Metallica demonstrating that he's a fan of going backwards
Yep.
once again.
I would be very curious about reverse percent. It'd be slow as hell, but
Yeah, it wouldn't even be possible on some tracks like Boon to Eve Classic.
you might be able to make that.
I mean, there's that cliff, right? Like,
Yeah, if you take the high road, you might make it. But we are off.
cool. That was real close.
Oh my
for
God.
Metallica. In any
Oh, and
normal
that
attempt,
was,
that would have been a death.
That was too close for Metallica. And Zelascelar with an early lead off that death.
Yeah, Zelascelar not holding the long boost, but didn't really matter.
Yeah.
We'll see how these hairpins go.
Yeah. It is optimal to boost a little bit through them. Metallica at least seems to be... No, they're not boosting in hairpins. Okay. Zelascelar bonked there and lost a lot of speed. Let's see. Metallica, clean.
It is very difficult to boost in the second half of the hairpins without, like, completely ruining the line.
I can't do it. I was just wondering if either one of these guys could. But that was a pretty clean lap from Zelascelar.
Yeah. His heat ran out a bit late, and this boost is... Yeah. He's not going to have good heat in this section, but, you know, it might be planned. Like, he might just want to not boost there for safety.
He did not underheat.
No, he didn't.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the main thing.
And a decently clean tent.
Yeah, that looked real good.
Yeah, this is a pretty major lead for Zelascelar. Let's see, 135, high 135 coming out of that cave, and 141 coming out of that. So that's a 6-second lead for Zelascelar.
Yeah, you know, Metallica not performing poorly by any means, just had that one death.
Yeah. Oh, bouncing off the wall there, and losing speed there. So they remained pretty even
rough.
through the hairpins. 157. High 202. So yeah, they're remaining about 5.5 seconds apart.
Yeah. Whoa, that was so close.
Oh my god.
If you don't stay on the middle of that section, then the track kind of pulls you to the side, but you have to be in the middle to go through the arch.
Yep.
So it's a bit
How
tough.
much slower is it to wind up taking the high road there?
I don't
The lower
know.
comes the high road.
I've never actually timed it myself.
Yeah. Because, I mean, in a tournament setting like this, it might be fine to just take the fall and risk going through the arch on a bad line.
Yeah, it'd definitely be safer. But you spend a lot of time in the air going that way, which would be the main thing.
Yeah, I mean, oh, second death from Metallica. That might just put it away for Zelascelar. See how the hairpins go for him?
Yeah, Zelascelar's looking pretty good. I mean, the hairpins aren't, like, absolutely perfect, but they're pretty clean.
Yeah. As long as you don't die in the hairpins, that's a success in a setting like this.
Yeah.
And there were no deaths in the hairpins for either player.
In a setting like this, you basically don't want to lose speed by hitting a wall.
Yeah.
And just, keep it clean. The line wasn't perfect, but he did the key thing, so...
The key thing in a tournament like this is just don't die, and you'll be in the top half of the you'll be in the top half of the field.
Just don't die. Yeah, as
Whoa,
long as
that
you're
was a 108.3.
It's not too bad.
That was a pretty good lap 3.
Yeah, as long as you keep it relatively clean, just not dying will be enough to win in 90% of the cases.
I was a PB for Zelascelar. Seen 2 PBs. Let's see. Okay, Ben banned for Metallica. Where is he taking us then? Back to amateur circuit, maybe?
I'd like to see another semi-pro. Like Scrapper's run.
Give us Doug Derby. It's only been seen twice.
Scrappers?
Okay, Scrappers is banned. It is banned.
Zelascelar's got the stream up. He heard me say that and he was like, nah.
Oh,
Metallica's
God.
not too happy either.
Oh, that is about a 1 in 18 right now to ban what Metallica was about to pick. We're going to Inferno.
Inferno.
All right.
These bans and counterpicks have been pretty interesting this match. They're banning the same things as each other or picking what the other banned before, or just hard calling a ban or a pick, or
Yeah, it's very interesting to see this one coming through. Implementing the ban system has led to a lot of really cool interactions in here. It's probably going to be a Bullseye Neva matchup again.
I was a bit apprehensive about it at first, but I actually really like it. It's grown on me.
And some extra mind games.
Bit of confusion. The players are not sure if it was perma banned or not.
It was not.
No, I did not think so.
I believe.
Yeah, Inferno was soft banned.
Yeah, it was a soft ban. Alright. Both players are ready. I'll be giving the countdown and we're good to go.
Classic Bullseye Neva key.
Now, again, this is another one where Bullseye does have a bit of an advantage, but it's nothing that clean driving can't beat. Now, Metallica does have a better PB by about a second.
Yeah, although there's a lot of obstacles on this track that, it's not necessarily going to matter that the PB is 1 second better.
That can just imply a little more practice.
Yeah.
Okay, and hey, I don't have to sync them up this time. But going through this, clean start for both of them.
Yeah, so
Neva's slightly stronger boost does make him a little faster here. However, keeping boost up the hill was a little stronger for Metallica. But they are pretty much dead even. Metallica's stream is half a second ahead, so...
Yeah, it's looking good so far. We'll see how they go through this section.
This is this is one of the multiple make or break sections, and Zelascelar going for the hard segment. Oh man.
Yeah. Slightly slower because you can't hold the boost throughout the whole path, but
Yeah.
yeah,
52. Oh, that's a monstrous lap 1 lead for
Wow.
Metallica.
4-second difference with no death.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it, I think, is Zelascelar not being as practiced here. If he'd waited another 3/4 of a second before starting that boost, he could have made it up the hill. Gets a longer boost, and negates the uphill climb. He's
Yeah,
also just not boosting a lot.
I mean, he's not playing bad, right? It's just a bit of a lack of experience in comparison.
Yep. And it's just, he's not boosting very much in general. Oh, yeah. Right into the rock that is completely invisible in that lighting.
Yeah, this is a rough track to do without a lot of experience.
Yeah. And even with experience, it's still an easy one to screw up.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, and again, Zelascelar with the bad boost timing. Like, more so than the death, it's been his boosting that's cost him a lot on this track.
Yeah. Generally speaking, boosting, like, haphazardly is gonna lose you a lot of time because you're not building up as much speed as you could be.
I do really respect him going for that harder line all 3 times there. 2:36 for Metallica. That is GG.
GG.
It's a 5-2 for the first match of Double Limb. Now, we're not going to be doing a winner's interview as our winner does not have a microphone. But we do have some more matches coming up for you in the next few days. See, tomorrow, 8 p.m. EDT, we have Dwiguy and Ronnie, which should be a very good one.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't have commentators for that yet, but as soon as we know, we'll be announcing that.
Zelascelar is asking if he wants to, if we want to talk to him.
Yeah. Still, though, that was a very solid race from both players. But they were dead even on the first couple laps of a few of those.
Yeah, they were keeping it close, but I don't know. Metallica's just more experienced.
Yep.
I think that's the main thing. I mean, Zelascelar didn't die many times.
No. That was, again, very solid from both players. But we'll be leaving it off there. Thank you to everyone for turning out. Thank you to both players for entering, and thank you to Gale Force for joining me on commentary at the last minute.
Thank you for helping me commentate. Alrighty. GG's.
Yep, GG's.